Well, Joel Embiid just showed up and showed out in the 76ers' much-anticipated battle with the Denver Nuggets and primary nemesis Nikola Jokic. Embiid's Sixers got the big win, as big as a win can be in January that is, and Embiid had a big game, dropping 41 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds. And it's undeniable, Embiid is looking every bit like the league MVP this season, as he leads the league in scoring and a number of advanced metrics. But unfortunately, the collection of advanced analytic-obsessed losers
what a loser!
that hold votes for the NBA's MVP award threw all reason and common sense out of the window when they gave Embiid a thoroughly undeserving award just last year. To recap the pathetic and obvious pity MVP award, Embiid got it as the East's 3 seed last season, while Nikola Jokic got passed over for the honors despite landing the number 1 seed in his Western Conference, and that was while leading the league in player efficiency rating, win shares per 48 minutes, box plus minus, and value over replacement. He led the whole damn league in literally everything. Oh, and that was also while Giannis dropped an absolutely historical season in 2022-2023, becoming the first player since Wilt Chamberlain in the 1965-66 season to average at least 30 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. This while becoming the first player ever to achieve that feat while shooting over 55% from the field. Oh, and he also had the best record in the entire league, becoming just the 7th player in NBA history to average 30 plus points per game in a season while leading his team to the number 1 seed overall. The previous 6 players all won the league MVP award that season. Yeah, last year honestly presented a perfect storm of a complete toss-up. By far the best advanced analytically rated player maybe ever in Nikola Jokic versus by far the best player on the best team. There were no wrong answers between those 2 players. So of course, the dickbag loser fake media gave it to Joel Embiid.
What?
And why? Because they felt sorry for him, of course. Embiid was gifted the award after finishing runner-up to Nikola Jokic both in first-team All-NBA distinctions and league MVP honors 4 consecutive seasons in 2021 and 2022. The media, and primarily ESPN, behind bumbling moron Kendrick Perkins, who can barely complete a full sentence, launched a massive disinformation campaign where they accused Jokic of stat padding.
And then all of a sudden, he started searching for them assists to get it up above 10.
And also insinuating he won the previous awards only because he was white.
It's only 3 guys that won the MVP that wasn't top 10 in scoring. Steve Nash, Jokic, Dirk Nowitzki. What do those guys have in common? I'll let it sit there and marinate. You think about it.
The battle cry amid the narrative-pushing hot takers masquerading around as writers became, "It's Embiid's turn."
I just think that this is his year.
And so it was, as Embiid was given that obvious pity award with a fairly decisive 915 to 674 total points over second-place finisher Nikola Jokic, with Giannis finishing a distant 3rd. The decision would blow up hilariously in Embiid's and the voters' faces come playoff time, as Jokic damn near averaged a 30-point triple-double for the entire playoffs, becoming the first player in league history to lead the postseason in points, rebounds, and assists, while easily winning the NBA championship. All while Embiid, as he has done his entire career, showed up in the playoffs and took a massive dump in his pants.
It's a complete crap.
Blowing a 3-2 series lead in the 2nd round against the Celtics, while scoring just 15 points on 5 of 8 shooting in Game 7. The loss dropped Embiid to just 27-26 for his career in the postseason, while never advancing beyond the second round. And yet, here we are, on the verge of giving this 30-year-old loser a second consecutive league MVP. Nah, it's gotta be anyone else but him. It will, however, be difficult to defeat that narrative of him leading the league in scoring for a third consecutive season, while the Sixers have gotten better despite dumping the excess bloated weight of their former league MVP, little game James Harden, who defected from Philly for the warmer climates and the better nightlife of LA. But Embiid's team has been undeniably great this season, in particular with the emergence of Tyrese Maxey, who is having a career year, posting averages of 26 points per game, 6.7 assists, and 3.7 rebounds while playing in all but one game this season. Comparing that to Jokic's second best player, Jamal Murray, who is averaging only 20.5 points per game, 6.5 assists, and 3.5 rebounds, while he has missed 14 games this year. Embiid also has Tobias Harris, averaging 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists on 52% shooting from the field as his third option. This team's supporting cast is better than Jokic's right now, and yet these teams have an identical 66.7 win percentage at this stage of the season and are on pace to win 55 games this year. And let's not discount the fact that Embiid has already missed 10 of his team's 39 games. That's 26% of their games missed already. Jokic, meanwhile, has missed only 1 of his team's 41 games this season so far. This while he is averaging 25.5 points per game, 11.9 rebounds, which is 4th in the league, and 9.1 assists per game, which is 3rd league-wide. He's also leading the league in secondary assists, aka hockey assists, and here's the most important point. The Nuggets are 19.1 points better per 100 possessions with Jokic than without him.
With me, without me. With me, without me.
And that easily leads the NBA. So in a year where Luka is averaging 33.5 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds per game, and you also have Gilgeous-Alexander, a 6'6", 195-pound guard, averaging 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists a night, while leading the league in steals and having his team shockingly 2 games out of the conference 1 seed, there are other options to choose from here. Hell, even the often forgotten and at this point nearing underrated status, Giannis Antetokounmpo is again this season dropping an obscene line of 31 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 6 assists per game on an eye-popping 61% shooting from the field, while producing a better record than any of these aforementioned players. And even if you think Embiid might deserve this year's MVP, he already got it last year. When you get handed an undeserving pity award, you invalidate yourself from winning another one later. So while you're watching the national disgrace that is the sports media give Joel Embiid a second straight league MVP at the end of this season, just know who it should really be. Literally anyone else.